up in the market, brought sticks and tire, and placed it on Akudo's neck, ready to burn her and the other thief. Akudo was pleading and begging, saying she was innocent and the purse was hers, but no one cared to listen to her. In a small village named Urumba, there lived a girl named Akudo. She lives with her elderly mother in a small hut. Life was simple for them, but a dark shadow hung around Akudo. It was the shadow of bad luck. Misfortune followed her like a persistent shadow. Some of the villagers avoided her because of her bad luck, fearing that her misfortune was contagious, while others pitied her. Akudo's bad luck manifested in many ways. She hated herself so much because nothing seems to go her way. Even with her misfortune, she tried so much to be happy. Akudo had a best friend named Ogechi, who has always been there for her despite her misfortune. One day, Ogechi visited Akudo and told her about the dance competition being organized by the community, in which a prize was involved for whoever becomes the winner. Ogechi told Akudo about it, but she was reluctant to join because she knows her bad luck won't allow her to get anything good. She then said to Ogechi, "You know I can't participate, even if I try so hard. Something bad must happen. It's as if there is this bad luck charm following me around anywhere I go, or anytime I try to do something good for myself." Ogechi smiled and turned to Akudo, assuring her that nothing bad will happen. "My friend, why don't you give it a try?" Ogechi pleaded. Akudo and Ogechi practiced day and night for the competition. Soon, the day for the dancing competition came. As other dancers were done, showing off their skills, it was Akudo's turn to dance, and as she began to dance to the melodious sounds of the drum, she moved with effortless grace, her body swaying to the beat, just as she was swept off by the dance. Her foot caught on a stone, twisting her ankle. She cried out, collapsing to the ground. And that was how Akudo lost the competition and sustained injury. Ogechi, her best friend, felt really bad and blamed herself for encouraging Akudo to join the competition. Weeks passed and Akudo's ankle was healed. She became better. One day, the village queen, a benevolent woman known for her generosity, decided to share her wealth. She summoned all the young girls to the palace and told them she has decided to bless them with gifts from her closet. The queen's closet was legendary, filled with exquisite fabrics, beads, and precious jewels. Akudo, despite her usual doubt of failing, felt a tiny hope and said to herself, "Maybe this time around I might be lucky." She decided to join them and raid the queen's closet. Akudo and Ogechi were so excited and waiting for the day. Soon, the due day came and they all went to raid the queen's closet. As they began to search, eager to claim their treasure, Akudo found herself pushed to the back. By the time she reached the closet, it was nearly empty. She went through the remaining things, hoping to find something, and finally, her fingers brushed against something small and hard. It was a single tiny earring. She smiled to herself and took the earring home. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the other women got so many beautiful things for themselves. Ogechi, her friend, also got a lot of pretty things. She gave some to Akudo and cheered her up. She said to her, "At least this time around you got something." They both laughed at the little earring Akudo picked as they looked at it. One fateful day, Akudo prepared to go to the market because it was their village market day. She carried her basket and walked down the market. As she arrived at the market and was bargaining price with a rice seller, suddenly a commotion erupted nearby. A market woman was accusing the girl of theft. Crowds began to gather, and as people were eager to know what was going on, the young woman was pleading for mercy, saying she was not alone, that she came with her accomplice, and immediately she pointed at Akudo, saying Akudo came with her and is holding the money. Akudo was confused, but before she could speak or react, they took her basket from her and saw the exact purse in it. The angry mob in the market brought sticks and tire and placed it on Akudo's neck, ready to burn her and the other thief. Akudo was pleading and begging, saying she was innocent and the purse was hers, but no one cared to listen to her. Just as they were about to pronounce judgment on Akudo, a young boy with dreadlocks stepped forward. He has been observing the commotion. He told them he saw the other woman exchange the purse in Akudo's basket when no one was watching. He requested the other woman be searched, and when they searched her, lo and behold, there was a purse that looks exactly the same as Akudo's purse. They opened it and only saw few cowries in it, which belonged to Akudo. And then they opened the other purse they found on the thief and saw plenty of cowries, which the market woman confirmed it was her own and not that of Akudo. That was how Akudo escaped the false accusation that almost killed her. She was grateful to the boy and thanked him. He then turned to Akudo and said to her, "You are bad luck. It's not natural. It's something else. Something to do with your mother." His words struck Akudo like a lightning. Akudo always believed that her misfortune was just random. When Akudo went back home, she confronted her mother and told her everything she encountered in the market and how a young boy with dreadlocks saved her and told her things she doubted. She then said to her mother, "Mama, is there something you are hiding from me?" Her mother replied and told her there was nothing. But as Akudo pressed her, the truth came pouring out. She then began to narrate everything to Akudo. She began, "Years ago, before you were born, I was a servant to a river goddess in my father's village. I served her faithfully, but gradually I began to get tired. I could not travel or do the normal things other of my age mates could do, as it limited me to so many things. I fell in love with your father and was set to marry him, but could not because I could not leave the village or the river as I was a servant to the goddess. Desperate to escape from the hands of the goddess, I performed a forbidden ritual, a sacrifice meant to appease the goddess and grant me freedom. I never knew the wrath of the goddess will haunt my offspring and not me. That was how I left and got married to your father. I had no idea that the whole thing would backfire and get back at me." The weight of Akudo's mother revelation crushed Akudo. All her life, she had borne the burden of a curse she had no knowledge of, a punishment of a sin she did not commit. But even with the revelation, Akudo did not hate her mother. She was just disappointed that her mother never mentioned it to her. Akudo was so confused on how to break the curse that has plagued her since birth. She asked her mother for a solution, who told her that the only solution was to go back to the goddess and continue to serve her, which Akudo was against. Akudo visited her best friend the next day and told her about her situation. Ogechi was so touched and felt pity for her friend. But Ogechi remembered that there was a traveling preacher, a reverend father on a missionary journey she had met the other day, who was preaching the gospel to her about Jesus. Ogechi told Akudo that she believes he might solve her problem. Initially, Akudo resisted. She had lost hope on any possibility of salvation, but Ogechi persisted, her words filled with genuine concern. Together they sought out the Reverend Father. Akudo's heart was heavy with skepticism and a desperate longing for a miracle. When they met with the Reverend Father, he listened patiently as Akudo poured out her story. Her voice was trembling with a mixture of anger and sadness. When she was finished, he placed his hands on her head and prayed for her. He ordered Akudo to come with her mother the next day. She was so happy and thanked him as she felt peace and liberation within her. The next day, she came with her mother and he prayed for them. As he prayed, a sense of peace settled over them. They both accepted Jesus and was liberated, and the curse was lifted. The lesson of this story is that whatever predicament you are going through has a solution. Trust in God and have faith in Him. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.